97 and encourage you also to support this resolution. Act 97 allows geothermal drilling anywhere in Hawaii and takes home rule away from the counties. Harry Kim wrote a wonderful article, and I just like to read a couple of things from it. That the implications of Act 97, and the first one, it allows geothermal exploration and development in all state land using use categories, conservation, urban, rural, and agricultural. It eliminates the county government's approval and review process over geothermal development. With this goes the permit process and the people's opportunity for meaningful input. It allows geothermal plants to be built anywhere in agricultural and rural districts without a county use permit or public hearing. It entirely eliminates geothermal subzones, which were created in 1983. The subzones were established where geothermal could be developed based on specific guidelines set by law. Consideration had to be given that the development would not have unreasonable adverse health, environmental, or socioeconomic effect on residents. The subzones were to situate geothermal development in areas where lowest potential environmental impact. And he sums it up to say, it's my opinion that Act 97 violates every sense of integrity, fairness, and a trust to just do what is right. A line must be drawn to say stop, and we must refocus on our responsibilities for social, environmental, and spiritual care. Act 97 cannot be fixed, it must be replaced. And with that, I say we need to give the power back where it should be, power to the people. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Our next testifier is Mr. David Zeisler. He is also speaking in support of Resolution 4213, and he is representing himself. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Yes, I'm Reverend David Zeisler of the THC Ministry. I'd just like to say that the ministry's in exile right now. We're in federal incarceration in Oahu. Our states' rights aren't being recognized, and we make votes. We vote for issues that are just ignored. We had peaceful skies. We're being attacked on many fronts. We're being attacked with this geothermal drilling. We're attacked with depleted uranium at Pahakaloa military base. We're attacked with GMO foods. Monsanto owns our college. Our government is a corporation that is the interests are taken care of by military backing. Hawaii being the first country overthrown by corporate interest, with the Marines being used to put the Queen in lockup, and it's never been addressed. Just like now we're faced with this silly issue of puncturing this island. We live on a sheet of glass, for God's sake, in the middle of the ocean. This fracturing of our INA is going to cause serious it's a disaster. And I think that this might be the big picture, is to simply condemn Lower Puna so that they can have an electrical smelter there to mine the bottom of the ocean. I've seen the tracts of land underwater, 7 countries, and I guess from what I understand, we're now accepting tailings from the first dredging that's being done. And this is all to create progress. This is insanity. We have obesity, we have fragmented, unconscious, non-being people, robotic people, just doing their job. This was already settled at the Nuremberg trials. Our government is corrupted, illegal, immoral, and should be disbanded. God bless America. Just look into the light, people, and this will bring you back to reality. God is our King, our Master. I don't recognize your court or your any of you.
Thank you. You can continue on Pahoa. The only testifiers we have are from Pahoa. So you can just keep bringing them up.
Okay, understood. Our next testifiers would have been Howard Lavaco, Robert Irvine, as well as Tawny Todd. They all wanted to speak in support of Resolution 42-13, but they had to leave. Next up here will be Miss Julie Mai, who is also speaking in support of Resolution 42-13, and she is representing herself, whenever you're ready.
Hello, council members. My name, as you heard, is Julie Mai. In my 50 years, I've never taken a public stand on an issue. I came to Puna almost 3 years ago. I came in search for a remote place on this planet that I could live with a smaller footprint in a community that had values more in line with mine. A place where I could build a home, environmentally friendly, and live harmoniously with people and, more importantly, with the earth. One that was politically stable and had the potential for sustainability. One where I could retire. I found that in Puna. I came from a large city in Canada, a retired professional that has seen the impact of the choices that I have made, and one of which that I had given my voice to others for whom I thought carried similar values. You have such a gem here in Puna. I consider myself a fortunate and respectful guest. Why would you even consider jeopardizing all of that and all that you have here? It is certainly not the wish of the people who live here. When will your time be to stand up and not be seduced by the notion of progress and the carrots of greed? And if you are not yet ready for that stance, then at least enable due process to unfold, and please repeal Act 97. Thank you.
Next will be Scott Middlecoff. Before Mr. Middlecoff would have been Dylan Johnson as well as Thomas Muldoon. They would have been speaking in support of Resolution 4213, but they had to leave. Now this is... Oh, I'm sorry. I will get to Thomas in a moment then. In the meantime, Mr. Scott Middlecoff, also speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm here to speak briefly in support of 4213. Just speak a few moments about really myself, since it's all I can be an expert on, which is I came here to this island 16 years ago. I've made it my home, and I would like to be able to have a say in what happens in this community. I find this community and the people in it precious. To me, I would like to be able to have a voice, and I would like my community to have a voice. And I'm really scared by the possibility that this act would stay in place, so scared that it makes me want to leave this island. Because I'm afraid I won't be able to get what I want here. I'm afraid of my health. I live 3.5 miles from the existing geo plant. That's all I want to say, that I'm scared and I want to have a voice in my precious home. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shall we continue? All right. Mr. Muldoon, if you'd like to come on up. The next testifier will be Mr. Thomas Muldoon, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself, whenever you're ready.
Aloha. First, just want to say thank you for holding this space for all of my community and my family and my friends to voice where our hearts truly are. You know, so many people in this area have such a deep relationship with the land. I personally live on a farm that's 100% off the grid. We farm our own food. We harvest the rain for our drinking water. All our electricity comes from the sun, it's solar. You know, we're deeply tapped into the sustainable lifestyle and the sustainable way of being. In college, I studied environmental studies, and I learned about geothermal, and I learned about hydroelectric dams, and I learned about all these beautiful ways to harvest energy. But what you also learn is that every way of collecting energy has negative side effects. And those negative side effects, especially with geothermal, in terms of how much gas, like poisonous gases go into the atmosphere, how many, like the decibels of the drilling, and when you think about the impact on the people in the INA, it's unbelievably deep and it extends far beyond us. And all I would ask is that we begin to see Puna and this area for its beauty instead of for its resources. The beauty comes in the amount of energy, love, and heart and knowledge that are in the ground, in the land, and in the people. You know, so many beings that I live with, I learn from every day. And I'd love to see this area be celebrated as opposed to exploited. So I appreciate what you guys have done to hear our words, but what would make this all worth it is just to stand for the beauty and the power and the actual resources of this space. Mahalo, thank you for your time. Aloha.
Thank you, sir.
That's not going to go well over on the other side at all.
Your next testifier, please.
No.
All right, our next testifier is Ms. Dia Rackley. Yeah, she's speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Go ahead.
I want to thank you for this opportunity to sit here before you, actually to be able to sit in this amazing INA. You know, I am from the South. We learn how to, you know, take care of ourselves and each other. We're farmers. And to be able to come here and drop into a community that wants to take care of itself, not ask the government to take care of itself, but we're learning how to take care of ourselves. We call ourselves the East Gate Tribe because we're at the East Gate, the place of new beginnings, the place of the rising sun, the place where new light is coming forth. And it's new knowledge and a new way to be on this planet. So we are something you need to protect. We're like a wound that's opening up. We'll teach the planet how to be and do what we're doing. If you sell us out, because it is, we're watching you too. You're watching us. We're watching you as commissioners to stand forth for the voice of the people. See, I don't see our own land. I'm a guardian here, just like you're a guardian of our voices. And if we stand together like a tribe, like the rainbow people that we all are, all of us, we will make an amazing impression on this planet together. So that's what I see. I see we're doing an amazing change, and all those that want to hold this place in greed, they see this as something to exploit and take away. I say that Tutu Pele will bring you to your knees, for we have evoked her, all of us, all of the rainbow people. And so I ask for your guidance to step over here on this line, all of you, all the way up to the governor and the state, and we ask Obama to hear us too, because you know this is where we began. This is the place of new beginnings. You love us and protect us, and we will birth into a nation that you cannot believe, because angels are going to show up. Those from the other side and those beneath us with Tutu Pele. So we ask the ancestors to come forth, your ancestors all the way back 7 generations, and the ones that you're creating 7 more. We ask you to love them and take care of us, because we all are the people of the light. And I thank you, and I thank my tribe for showing up from the East Gate. The ancestors are showing up. So thank you and bless you, because you have a very hard job. You're holding the line of the shadow. You will either go with the shadow or you'll go with the light. So we ask you to go with the light with us all. So it is, so be it.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next testifier is Ms. Aisha DaCosta. She is speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Go ahead.
Yes, I support Resolution 4213, and I also support the repealing of Act 97. Solar power takes care of all of my electrical needs in my home, and it does so cleanly and safely, and it works extremely well. That's all. Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome. Thank you. Our next testifier is Ms. Melissa Plotkin. She is speaking in support of Resolution 4213 and will be representing herself.
Aloha. Mahalo for allowing this space for us to speak our voices. Thank you for hearing our voices and our prayers. I ask that you hear these voices, these people, these beings who want to protect the Aina, who are respecting the Aina and living in alignment, in sustainability. And we can do it with solar, we can do it with other ways. We don't have to rape the earth. And Pele will come back. So please honor Pele. Please honor these voices who are standing strong in community and know how to take care of each other and live together peacefully. We are ready to continue walking this walk. Mahalo.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next testifier is Mr. Greg Self, representing the Puna Pono Alliance, and he'll be speaking in support of Resolution 4213.
Hi, aloha. For the record, I'm speaking in support of Resolution 4213 to repeal Act 97. I had something I was going to say, but when the morning started and everyone started showing up out front today, I realized just what a serious position, I think there's 8 of you in the room right now, are about to be in. There are hundreds of people that have become aware now of geothermal and the toxicity and the seriousness, and this is a whole community of tens of thousands of people that are really waking up and showed up this morning, and there's signs and drumming and just huge activation going on now. And you all are going to make a decision that literally is either going to begin the new paradigm of thriving and cooperation, or be a vote that the whole community is going to know your names and where you live. And it's amazing the position that you're in. And I just realized the severity of that this morning, because they're all asking, who are these people that are about to vote on our future? And so your names are known now, people, the Hawaiians, everyone out there, because it's so serious. People are dying, and the decisions you make are going to kill the environment, the water, and the people. That's why it's serious. It's going to kill that. It's not going to wound it, it's going to kill it. You're making a decision on murder of animals, water, people, the land. That's heavy. So for that, I actually came and said to just offer you a prayer for protection and that your heart can make the right decision, because you stand at a point now in a new paradigm where this type of stuff's not going to go unnoticed. And so I just appreciate the position you're in right now and want to send you all support and love from us, because we'd rather be with you all and being together. We've created a beautiful new paradigm out here. We're all taking care of each other. There's food overflowing. People showed up with hundreds of mangoes and bananas, and we've been living this way for a long time in this area. So the geothermal is not a little thing. This is like a civil war on many levels that's about to be drawn based on your decision today. So that's heavy. So I pray for you to just find ease and grace and make that decision that's from your heart and from what's right and from what's true. And I know you keep hearing this today over and over, and you might have ulterior motives, but those days are done. So please, for you and your family and for all of us, let's do the right thing and begin to thrive in this new paradigm that many of us have come to help you and help us begin and continue. So aloha and blessings to you all and your family.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, testifier, will be Mr. Cannon Gray Thompson, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Go for it.
Aloha. My name is Cannon Gray Thompson, and I'm here to support 4213 to repeal Act 97. I lived on the mainland for most of my life and only moved here about a year ago, but I had no idea when I lived on the mainland it would be possible to live entirely on solar and entirely on rain catch, and to really live completely off of the land. And it's completely changed my life in the short time that I've been here. I think it's the right way for people to live, and I would love it if you guys can make a decision from your heart to help us keep it this way and grow it even more. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, our next two speakers would have been Ms. Rebecca Osborne and Ms. Catherine Hessig, both speaking in support of Resolution 4213. They're not here, so this is Mr. Adrian Farrell. He is speaking also in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Go for it.
Hi, thanks for hearing me. I've been living off the island for the last 3 years mostly, except for the winters. Before that, I lived in Puna for about 8 years. My intention is to spend most of my life here in Puna. And I only recently found out about geothermal like a year ago. I didn't even realize that it was happening. I've recently talked to 3 people who own their properties outright and want to spend their lives here in Puna, and have told me that if geothermal continues to go forward, they would move. When I found out about this resolution, it brought me to tears. I couldn't believe that this was happening in my home. I consider this to be my home, even though I'm currently not living here full time. And I'm actively looking for land. I've been spending most of the last many days looking at land, and I'm starting to question whether or not being here is a viable option for me if geothermal could possibly develop the way it's being talked about. And that is just, I can't even tell you how heartbreaking that is for me. It's just amazing to me what we as human beings continue to do on this planet. We have so much technology. We have so much capability. We could be living in harmony and in cooperation and sustainability where everyone could be fed. You know, if we look at our planet, it's embarrassing almost to be a human being, to consider myself a part of this human race and see what we're doing and seeing the potential in my own backyard is discouraging. So I ask you to make a choice from honor and respect and sustainability and consideration for the people who live here, not the people who are going to be making money from the potential venture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next testifier is Ms. Jessica Cotton, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Go ahead.
I come representing Pele's Goddess Temple. I am Pele's daughter, as we are all children of our mother. And you do not rape your mother. You protect her. And everyone from all over the whole world wants to come here to experience tropical paradise. And this is the most potent energy place in the world. So what we do here goes out so strongly to the rest of the world. And so stand up, be with us, come into the light. Be cleared of what holds you back. And be awoken now.
Ma'am?
That would be awesome.
We're collecting the next group. Hold on just a moment, unless you have someone else to go to.
Thank you.
All right, just a few people who have given me petition signs before we bring in the next individual from outside. Mr. and Mrs. Sila and Harry Jim also wanted to speak in support of the Resolution 4213, but were unable to stay. Miss Judith Last, representing herself, also wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, but could not stay. All right, our next testifier is Mr. Richard Schott, representing the Church of Shiva Jamango, speaking in support of Resolution 4213. Go for it.
Hi, aloha. My feeling is I was drawn to the Big Island and got a 3-acre parcel of land. It's off-grid, growing food. I've been there 2.5 years. On that particular parcel, I have sugar cane, bananas, a papayas, pineapples I'm sharing with the community, and making sure children are fed and mothers and fathers are fed. And many others around me are doing similar things, and we feel that producing our own electricity is very important. We mostly have solar. I'm particularly in favor of clean energy, but at the time, companies coming in without speaking to the local communities and without needing a permit and exploiting and sending the money out is really unacceptable for what the larger community here wants. If we're going to have geothermal, we can mandate that it's steam, water and steam and turbines rather than toxic chemicals that could harm the area, and also make sure everybody receives electricity around here. We're not exploiting Mother Pele and sending all the money off the island. Geothermal should be used to support the local community in a healthy way and a creative way. And we're all gathering here so we can stop exploiting Mother Earth and start loving her and realizing that we are provided for every moment, and we don't need to exploit the elements for some dead president, you know? And I just would like to say that do not allow these foreign companies to come in and use our God-given resources for their own power trip and possibly harm the local community through possible pollution, toxicity of the gases being released. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our next testifier is Ms. Equator Dawn, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Begin.
Mahalo. Aloha. If you choose to be conscious and do the research, then you find out geothermal is unsafe and is damaging people and nature. End of, really. That's when it should stop. And of course, on top of this, if you're conscious and you do your research, you know that free energy, 0-point energy, has been available and suppressed for over a century now. So, the simple equation is, bring in the free energy, the 0-point energy, take away the greed for money, and we'll have beautiful harmony with nature and in all the hearts, including the hearts of those who do not believe they can live without power over others. Mahalo for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. The next two testifiers would have been Ms. Desiree Hughes and Ms. Rhonda Chong, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, but they had to leave. Here we have Mr. Waymer J. Strown, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Go ahead, sir.
I've been a resident and living in Hawaii State since the early 60s. I came over here from the mainland U.S. to finish medical training, and I practiced on Oahu and on Big Island until about 10 years ago. And I think I'm experienced enough to really sort of see how it is, and the destruction that's going on this big island is just sickening to me. And the decisions that are made, it sounds like they're coming from the big island. The decisions made on Oahu to the big island is just usurping the home rule that we all need. We don't need a lot of destruction of our lives, and there's a lot of fallout, damage done in the drilling that's happening. And I just ask you to come from your heart, see what's being done, and just do the right thing. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our next two testifiers would have been Ms. Teslyn Matthews and Ms. Lauren Cotton. Also, one was speaking in support of Resolution 4213. They both were and representing themselves. They're not here. Next up will be Mr. James Haynes. Sorry if I mispronounced that. All right. He is speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. I am in support of Resolution 4213 to appeal Act 97 because, well, it may be technically legal, but it is certainly not moral or righteous. It's disturbing to see that it slipped in under something called a communications bill. It was obviously politics as normal, or at least as normal for the state. I've been very encouraged to see that our county process is far more of a democratic nature and far more representative of the people. So I urge you to support this bill, and I thank you for your time. Mahalo.
Our next testifier will be Mr. Ford Rozicki. Thank you, sir. He's speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself, his partner, and his family. Go for it.
Hello. I've been in Puna for 10 years now, and I've worked here and have really fallen in love with it and have been a renter the entire time I've been here. I'm now fortunate enough to be able to look at places to buy. I would love to buy some property here, but this whole question about geothermal and where it's going to go, what the health impacts are, and what you all will be doing about it, and whether or not there's good protection for the people, is making me, my partner, and my family question whether or not we really want, or whether it's wise to invest in Puna. It's really sad because I've gotten all, my family and my partner and everybody, we all love this area now, and it's a beautiful area, but this whole question about geothermal is just too overwhelming, and there seems to be a lot of questions that need to be answered. And it's amazing to me that there's no environmental protection or impact statement. How can we proceed with all this without doing any sort of health studies or environmental protection or environmental impact statements. I thought that was kind of a law, but, so, thanks for your consideration, thanks for the time. Aloha.
Thank you, sir.
Aloha, thank you very much.
Our next testifier is Ms. Rebecca Chong, speaking on...
Osborne.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca Osborne, my apologies. Speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Osborne. I'm a resident. I live in Kalapana Seaview Estates on the Red Road, and I am for Resolution number 42-13. I believe that the energy that everyone needs to survive and thrive in the world should not be held in the hands of big companies and corporations, and that we should be moving more towards free energy and energy that's environmentally safe. That's been proven to be so. I have lots and lots of neighbors who are either partially or fully off of the grid using solar, and it works really well for them. And I believe that's the direction that we should head, and not toward geothermal, which I believe to be dangerous. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next testifier is Ms. Phyllis Peterson, speaking in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Peterson. I'm supporting this resolution. I'm really concerned about using eminent domain to take over lands without a careful evaluation of the process, and especially using it for geothermal production.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, it looks like that lines out the physical presence of people here to testify right now, but I have names to read into the record who filled out and wanted to speak but could not stay. Mr. Chris Gonzalez, representing himself, wanted to support Resolution 4213. Ms. Holly Lang also wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Dominique Pajot wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Mr. and Ms. Jordan Nielsen wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Lisa Dawn Supan wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Naja Nelson wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Annabelle Purvis wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Karen Glick wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Mr. Stephen Irvine wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Ms. Davin or Dawn Bowrick wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Mr. Bobby Saipan wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213. Ms. Shira Glick wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Janice Overland, I believe, wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4013, representing herself. Mr. Andy Irvine wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Ms. Stephanie Irvine wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Dahlia Glick wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Leilani Brabin wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Everett Basil Gonu wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing his or herself. Norman E. Couture Jr. wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Ms. Jane Hedke wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Amara Karuna wanted to speak in support of 4213, representing herself. Mr. Christopher R. Walker wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Ms. Mary Louise Danfield wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Ms. Patrice Mardmald wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself, Puna, Hawaiian Acres, and Fern Forest. Aniko Willoughby wanted to speak in support of 4213, representing his or herself. Luana Jones wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing the geothermal neighbors. Geraldine Tobin wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing his or herself. Richard Denholm wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Laura Vorak wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Brad Callahan wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Mr. Richard Beidelman wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing himself. Ann Carol Galloway wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing herself. Mari Omura wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213. And Kaiko Kobayashi wanted to speak in support of Resolution 4213, representing the Church of Shiva Jamango. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Are there any other testifiers that would like to speak before we close the public testimony? Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, we're going to move on to order of resolutions.
Madam Chair, if I can make one announcement, please. Just want to let the members of the public know that Ms. Poindexter is excused today because she's out for medical reasons.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, we've been requested also to take Resolution 4213 out of order, so would you please start there? And that will be followed by Resolution 3113, and after we take in those two, we'll take the rest in order.
Resolution 42-13 strongly urges the 2013 Hawaii State Legislature to repeal Act 97 of 2012 in its entirety relating to geothermal resources. Strongly urges the 2013 State Legislature to repeal Act 97 of 2012 in its entirety, thus restoring sections 205-5.1 and 205-5.2 to the Hawaii Revised Statutes relating to geothermal resource subzone provisions, county permitting, and designating geothermal exploration and development as permissible uses in all four major land use districts. Introduced by Ms. Ford, waived AWESC.
So move.
Okay.